Coming again, everybody. Obviously, trade early this morning with Chicago brings Sam Lafferty and Jake McCabe to our team in exchange for first and 25, second and 26. Joey Anderson and Pavel Gogolev, and 2 picks come back our way that are each conditional as well. So was our first. So we feel it's another key addition for us and will help us. Sorry about that. It's been very distracting, but all good. Just feel in both players it adds more of what we feel we're going to need to give our group the best chance as we get set here. From one, clinching our spot in the playoffs, continuing to chip away and get ready for it, and then get ready for the battle that's to come. We can continue to push our way and get there. So that's where we're at, and I'll turn it over for questions. Whoever wants to fire away.
What do you like about McCabe, Kyle?
I think the thing we like about Jake, we obviously played against him a lot when he was in Buffalo. Spoke to them in the summer. It was 21 now, going back to it, when he was a free agent, coming off of an ACL injury. Just always liked how physical he is, competitive he is in the neutral zone, and combined with how he can defend and move the puck, seems to relish that role. And when we're going through different guys, obviously it's with Jake Muzzin out that creates the hole there that we've talked about in previous availabilities, and feel like he fits that. And then once we kind of got through the salary part with Chicago, it just kind of fits in and makes sense. And I also like the fact that he's got this year and 2 more to follow. And he's just 29 years old here now and just turned 29. So versus the others on the market, still one of the younger of the group. So we're excited to have him come in and look forward to working with him. Obviously, he's played very well, and he's mostly been with Seth Jones there in Chicago and done a very good job for them. So it's gave us a good chance to see how he would play against top competition each night, and we'll leave it to Sheldon and Dean to sort out how they want to go through that. But we're really excited to have him.
How about Lafferty?
Lafferty is someone that we played him more when he was in Pittsburgh, but last year once he went there, seemed to come alive more with Chicago. Was good in Pittsburgh as well, and then a little bit more opportunity in Chicago. For me, the speed is the number one thing that he brings, but also the versatility, able to play center, able to play wing, and then the forecheck competitiveness, tenacity on the forecheck, and able to create turnovers up the ice, be physical, be really competitive. And this year it's gone in for him more this year, but because he puts himself in those opportunities with his forechecking ability to get him behind the D. But we're getting him for his ability to defend, forecheck, be competitive, and bring great speed to our team, and another layer of competitiveness as with O'Reilly and Achari up front.
Do you think all these moves kind of change the identity of the mix a little bit for the playoffs?
Well, that's what we've tried to do, Jonas. I mean, there's no reason for us to really beat around it. We've wanted to become more competitive. Sam makes us faster as well up front, while maintaining the group that we have, and we didn't want to deplete from our actual prospects that are already in the system. But that's been the goal here. Something we feel like in those big moments that we've needed and maybe we've lacked a little bit of, is to just kind of push us over the top. The thing about all 3 of the forwards that have acquired is that they've also have proven, Sam more so this year alone than in previous, but with Noel and obviously with Ryan, that they can score, and they can score in tight of the net, where we're going to have to find a way, and where we haven't found a way in key moments in the past. So that was sort of the goal.
So like playoff style goals, kind of.
Yeah, I hate to get into the whole playoff style goals, playoff style anything. It's just trying to find guys that can go to those areas that are harder of the rink and score that way as well. We know we have guys that can score from anywhere at the top of the lineup. It's finding guys that can chip in more from the bottom, and we think Noel and Sam can do that. And then we hope we've continued to have our own guys in development. McMahon's done that since he's gone back to the Marlies. Steve's had a lot of chances when he was here, and Holmberg as well. So it's trying to find more people like that can help put us over the top.
How much does what other teams do, or like especially in your division, factor in maybe the speed of the talks? Tampa makes that big trade. Boston makes a trade earlier in the week.
Yeah, neither of those trades. I mean, for us, it was neither of those really affected. We were doing this talk with Chicago, had been going on even before the Boston deal. So, and it was, nearly at the finish line, or essentially over the finish line last night when the Tampa Bay Nashville deal came down. So we have to focus on ourselves and worry about ourselves, and know it's going to be really tough. Like, we've been through it before. We know that these are elite competitors, and at this moment, it's on both sides of this format in the East. You're going to have two teams that are in the top 6 if it finishes this way, playing in the first round, which is great for the fans. But it's really tough when you're competing, but I think we relish it, and I think we need it. Actually, I don't think we should be of all teams should be embracing it and being ready to go for it.
But there is a context to this, right? Like, you're sending a lot of future, more than you've probably sent at previous deadlines for right now. Like, what makes this team and this moment and this conference kind of worth that?
I think there's probably 2 different ways to answer, Bruce. This trade, more so than the previous one, I see as like McCabe has this year plus 2 more, Lafferty has this year plus 2 more. So you're going to get a lot of utility from them just over the course of the term. With regards to giving our team the best chance, I think every year we're in it with where we're at right now, we have to give the team the best chance to win. And you go through the year, because the format is how it is, who you're going to be up against if you finish in the top 3 of your division, unless you can get to the very top. But even still, like, the wild card, like, that's a battle on the East right now too. It's great for the fans, and it's great for the game, I think. But for us, it's okay, how do we situate ourselves to best compete? Because just being a fun matchup and being fun to watch isn't good enough for us. It's trying to win. So it's looking to what things do we need to help our lineup, help our coaches, help the others, and can we get them? And then with regards to the futures, sure, we don't want to deplete ourselves too much down the road, but if we can add guys with term, and which we did here, we can find ways to replace that as we move along, and we have a lot of confidence in our prospects that are already in, as I've said. So of course it is a concern. You never want, if you could have a clean sheet going ahead where you had every pick, that'd be great, but I think we owe it to our group to try to give them the best chance.